South Africa, my race is called colored. And it's a very stressful term to use in America because I know it's a derogatory term.
Right.
But I mean, that's what we are called.
Right.
We all know why Tyla's EP flopped. She came to America trying to brand herself as the next Beyonce, the next Rihanna, while in the same breath saying that she does not identify as a black woman. And South African people ate us up, saying that we do not understand South African history where apartheid just ended in the 1990s. I feel like there's just a lack of respect, and a lot of these brands think that black Americans are so stupid that someone can sit in our face and tell us like they don't identify with us, but yet we're supposed to give our money to them and support them. I feel like she's gonna try to have a rebrand soon, and her team's gonna like scramble to try to either rebrand her as like a pop star maybe and less of R&B, or try to come back and act like she's so racially like competent now and like she's ready to be embraced by black culture. Either way it goes, like when she first came out she gave me a bad taste, so I don't think that I could support her.
Hello guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to Trending Pulse Worldwide. I'm Amy, and today we're diving into the controversy surrounding South African singer Tyla. And she recently said she identifies as colored and not black. And that comment has rubbed a lot of black Americans the wrong way. So much so that some are now calling for a boycott of her music. But before we get started, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. This is a sensitive one and I'd love to hear where you stand. Now, here's the context. Tyla explained that in South Africa, colored is a recognized cultural identity with its own history and community. Later, she clarified that outside of South Africa, she does also identify as black. But even with that explanation, many black Americans felt like she was just rejecting them, and that's where the firestorm began. Because in the United States, the word colored is not neutral. It's tied to segregation, oppression, and centuries of pain. So for Tyla to distance herself from blackness while enjoying success in black spaces in America feels like betrayal to many. So first, let's watch what black Americans have to say about all this. Then I'll be back and we can continue this conversation. Let's take a look.
So maybe now Tyla will understand what we meant when we called her black, because what's going on is very much so a black problem. And no one is erasing her identity as a colored person. We understand she's South African, that's fine. But when it comes to this American market, baby, that's a black girl. And the only people who can even understand what she's experiencing right now in the industry are the black girls. Ari Lennox, Tinashe, Chloe, Normani. You can even say Justine Skye. The list goes on and on. I saw the writing on the wall when Tyla was doing her own hair in Barbados talking about budget issues. What do you mean budget issues? You just got a Grammy. You have the highest award in all of music. What happened to water? They cut the water off? And that right there is a classic industry tactic that they do with the black girls. They'll let you swim that first lap around the pool in a life vest, but that second lap, no life vest, and they'll tell you they taught you how to swim. No, you carried them around the pool. They don't know how to swim. The sophomore slump is almost like orchestrated via budget every time. And the most sick part about this is her EP is fire. And I think the song with Wizkid is going to save it because that's going to go crazy as a single. But is it wrong? Push to start? Even me saying, yo, this girl and this attitude, like, trust me. But her music kind of cleaned it up for me. No shade, I have an ear. It's my business. But I'm black. So I have the taste for amapiano, for reggae, for international music, for Afro beats. It will always speak to me. The average white consumer, if it's not on TikTok the way that they made sure water was, they don't know what's going on here. And so what would possess you to scorn the exact same people that you know what it is? I know what it is. Tyla listened to them people behind her and not the people in front of her, us. And so even though she probably will not learn this lesson, what you're learning right now is very much a black lesson in this market. This is how they are orchestrated to treat you. And if you understood what being black is here, you wouldn't have pushed back. You would have learned from us. But now you can learn from you, because you're sitting here with a fire project that ain't nobody heard. 3,000 copies? 3,000? Ugh.
If Tyla wanted to use the word colored, that's good on her. Black Americans are just not going to engage with it. I have people telling me, oh, you need to educate yourself about being colored. No, you're not going to Jim Crow my black ass. She could take her ass to South Africa where they got that apartheid going on. Go back there. It's okay. Take your colonized ass back there and let them call you colored. I will never take advice from a South African. Understand this. When will people realize that black Americans, we accept a lot of people in American music because we love to see other black people do good, even if they are not from this country. But the moment that you try to be funny in our face and play identity politics, we still have the key to the gate. We still have the key to the gate. We still own the keys. She tried to play identity politics. The people around her tried to play identity politics, and they lost the game. I'm sorry to tell you. People talking about we need to educate ourselves about being called colored. Understand, you must not understand how America works, because the moment that Black Americans open up that door to be called colored, guess what's coming behind there? Because you give them an inch here, they will take a mile. You're not going to Jim Crow us. No. This is why they did try to call people colored and blacks. They wanted to take the human aspect out of it. So being called people of color and black people is a very different thing. Now, if you don't stand on those values, that's okay, but we're just not going to consume your music. You do not have the privilege of having us be your fan base. It's okay.
I personally never liked Tyla since that one award show where she was standing next to Halle Bailey, and I think that's how you say her name, Chloe's sister. The L's be messing me up. When she was standing and like she had won an award, and she was like, "Oh, this is so heavy. Can you hold it for me?" And Harry was like, "No, you can hold it." Since then, that's when, one, I knew Tyla was anti-black and probably racist, and two, when she said, "Oh, I'm not black, I'm colored. Baby, you're in America. Fall in line. Know your skin tone and fall in line." When she said that, I was like, "Ooh, you anti-black, you racist. Then the last one, her fans. Baby, you need to understand what universe you live in, and you need to understand who you are supporting. But more than anything, y'all need to understand. Like, don't act dense. Y'all know what planet we live in. And if you're gonna come to America, again, I imported to America, so I had to learn and I had to understand. And I'm still learning, and I'm still trying to understand. What Tyla did, she didn't try to learn, and she most definitely didn't want to understand.
For many Black Americans, the issue isn't just about Tyla using the word colored in a South African sense. It's about the message they hear underneath. "I don't see myself as you." And that hurts, especially when so much of her rise has been fueled by the same community she's now appearing to separate herself from. And when water blew up on TikTok, when she was performing on US award stages, when she was embraced in R&B and hip-hop spaces, that support came largely from Black Americans listeners. And now to hear her draw a line and say, "I'm not black, I'm colored," feels like she's cashing in on black culture while keeping her distance from black identity. And some are even saying this is about proximity to whiteness. And the idea is that by separating from blackness, she's trying to align herself closer to whiteness, whether intentionally or not. And that critique isn't new. We've seen similar conversations about how the music industry rewards lighter-skinned, racially ambiguous artists while sidelining darker-skinned black women. And Tyla's comments just reignited that debate. And then there are the numbers. Her latest EP only sold about 3.7k copies in the US first week. That's a sharp drop compared to her debut album, which did over 24k. Now, people online are saying this proves that the boycott is already working, and they are framing it as, "If you don't claim us, we won't support you." Of course, sales can depend on a lot of factors, whether it's a full album versus an EP, the promo push, timing, and so on. But perception matters, and right now the perception is that her distancing from black identity is really costing her. Another layer to this is a cultural clash. South Africans who defend Tyla argue that Americans just don't understand their racial categories, that colored is not an insult there in South Africa, but a legitimate identity with its own traditions and history. And that is true. But what many Black Americans are saying is, fine, keep that label in South Africa, but when you come here in front of a US audience, you need to understand how your words hit differently. Well, at the end of the day, the backlash isn't about denying South Africans' reality, it's about accountability, because if you want to stand on US stages, win US awards, and be embraced embraced as part of US black music culture, then you can't turn around and reject blackness when it feels inconvenient. That double standard is exactly why people are angry. And honestly, this isn't just about Tyla. It's about the broader conversation of identity in global blackness, who gets to claim it and who benefits from it, and what happens when artists try to claim the culture but not the struggle. These are real questions Black Americans are asking, and Tyla just happens to be at the center of it right now. So here's where the conversation lands. Should Black Americans completely cut off support for Tyla to send a message, or should people show some grace and accept that cultural identity works differently in South Africa? From what I'm seeing online, most Black Americans feel strongly that Tyla has to take responsibility, because at the end of the day, if you're building a career in America, respecting the history and identity of the people supporting you is the bare minimum. Once that trust is broken, it's very hard to win it back. So guys, I'll throw it to you. What do you think? Was Tyla just misunderstood, or did she make a choice that will cost her support in the United States? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trending stories. I'm Amy, and this is Trending Pulse Worldwide. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'll catch you guys in the next video.